Good day, students. You're welcome to today's class. Last time we treated simultaneous equation, which we discussed elimination and substitution method. And now we are looking at the last method, which is the graphical method. And after looking at the graphical method, we also need to look at the word problem leading to simultaneous equation and also word problem leading to what? Equation involving fraction. So let's look at our specific objective. Our specific objectives is what? At the end of the lesson, I should be able to 1. Solve simultaneous equation problems using graphical method. 2. Solve word problems leading to simultaneous equations. Then 3. Solve word problems leading to equation with fraction. Whenever we are looking at the graphical method, for efficiency purpose, we must have what they call table before we can what? Move those information from table to what? Graph. The Cartesian graph, it's made up of what? The x-axis and the what? Y-axis. Though the table, we have two ways we can construct linear graph. We have two methods we can construct linear graph, where we can use what? X, we can say that x is 0, then we'll look for the value of y, and we'll assume y to be 0, and we'll look for the value of x. Then we can draw straight line across the 2 points. But for accuracy purpose, we can give range of values to x. When we give range of values to x, then we can now use those values to find their corresponding value of what? Y from the given equation. So now let's look at this example. Example 1, I said what? Construct a table of values for the equation y is equals to 3x minus 3 for the values of x from minus 3 to what? Plus 3. So that simply means that the values for x has already been what? Given. So we'll now look for the corresponding value of what? Y. So how can we get the corresponding value for y? We use the component of the equation. We use the component of the equation to find the corresponding value of y. You see, look at the table here. We have x is equal, the values for x are what? Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So now the first component in the equation is 3x. So this place you have 3x. You are using 3 to multiply the corresponding value of x. So you will now fill it at that 3x row. So you see, where we have minus 3, you multiply minus 3 by 3, you have minus 9. Where we have minus 2, you multiply minus 2 by 3, we have minus 6. Where you have minus 1, you multiply 3 by minus 1, you have minus 3. Where you have 0, you multiply it by 3, you have 0 on till we get to what? 3. So now the next component of the formula is minus 3. You check all the rows, they are all what? Minus 3. So for us to get the value for y, we do what? We add them. Minus 9 minus 3, we have minus 12. Minus 6 minus 3, we have minus 9. Minus 3 minus 3, we have minus 6. 0 minus 3, we have minus 3. 3 minus 3, we have 0. 6 minus 3, we have 3. 9 minus 3, we have what? 6. From this above table, we have two things that are relevant that we can use in the what? Graph. What are the two things? The two things are the what? X values and the what? Y values. That is where I now have the second set of table where we have x is equal to x are what? Minus 3 up to what? 3. And y we have what? Minus 12 until we get to what? 6. So now these are the value we are going to use to plot our what? Straight line graph. So if you look at the graph here, you see I try to scale this graph because we don't have graph here. So I have to what? Construct a graph for us. So if you look at this graph, we have the what? X-axis and the what? The x-axis and the y-axis, which I scale the x-axis as what? For every 2 units For every 2 centimeter, we have what? 1 unit. So assume that the distance between two of the line is what? 2 centimeter. 2 centimeter. So on every x-axis, every 4 centimeter is 1 unit, but for the y-axis, every 2 centimeter is what? 1 unit. So from the table, the corresponding point where minus 3 and minus 12 intersect, that is where you see this point. Where minus 2 and minus 9 intersect, that is the other point. Where 0 and minus 3 intersect, you see that point there. Where 1 and 0 intersect, you see that point there. Where 3 and 2 intersect, you see that point there. Where 6 and 3 intersect, you see the point there. So you draw a straight line joining all the points, then that is how we obtain this what? Graph. So from this place, you will learn how to what? Follow this graph critically. You will learn how to plot a straight line graph. Plotting a straight line graph, it is all about what? Having the x values and the y values, and you scale your graph accurately. When you scale your graph accurately, then you locate each point on the graph. The point where they intersect, the x value and the y value intersect, gives you those points marked with a dot, with this dotted point. The point where the x value and the y value intersect is dotted there. So joining the 3 points gives you the what? The linear graph of y is equals to 3x minus 3. So from the graph above, the horizontal line, the horizontal thick lines is the what? X-axis, while the what? Vertical thick line is the what? Y-axis. And they are all scaled at what? 4 centimeter to 1 unit and 2 centimeter to what? 1 unit respectively. That means that 4 centimeter to 1 unit on the x-axis and 2 centimeter to 1 unit on the what? Y-axis. Then the next point is that the straight line is obtained by joining the points formed by the table of values. You know the table of values, we use the table of values to mark all those dotted points, and that straight line joins all of them. The straight line join all of them. So the points on the graph were formed by tracing a value on the x-axis and y-axis until they meet at that point, correct? So now we are looking at another example, example 2. Now this example 2, now we are looking at simultaneous equation, how we can use graphical method to solve the simultaneous equation. So he said solve the simultaneous equation 2x plus y is equals to 11 and 5x minus 4 is equals to what? 8, using graphical method. The first thing we need to do, it is to construct the table. If you look at this equation, the equations given to us, they did not make y the subject of the formula. So the first thing I need to do, I need to make y the subject of the formula in each equation. So that is why my equation 1, that is what? 2x plus y is equals to what? 11 becomes what? Y is equals to minus 2x plus 11. I'm just trying to make x the subject of the formula. Then the second equation, which is what? 5x minus 4y is equals to 8. So the next thing you need to do, you need to make y the subject of the formula. That is why I move, because minus 4y is negative. For it to be what? Positive, I need to move it to the other side of the equation, and I move 3 to go and meet what? 5x. So that is why we now have 4y is equal to 5x minus 8. So because we want to make y the subject of the formula, we divide both sides by what? Y. Divide both sides by 4. So that is why we now have y to be equals to what? 5x minus 8 is equal to what? All over what? 4. So now we need to construct the table for each of the equation. So the table below is for y is equals to minus 2x plus 11. So if you look at the table here, I gave the value of x as what? 0, 1, 2, 3 to 5. Then the first item in the formula is minus 2x. So that is why you see the next thing is minus 2x. Using minus 2 to multiply each term of x. So you see the next item there we have is plus what? 11. So which you see 11 all through. So now to get the corresponding value for y, I add the column aspect of the formula, which is what? The value of minus 2x and the value of 11 gives us 11. Minus 2 plus 11 gives us 9. Minus 4 plus 11 gives us 11. Minus 6 plus 11 gives us 5. Minus 8 plus 11 gives us 3. Minus 10 plus 11 gives us what? 1. I hope the table is clear. So using this table, we now look at the next table because it is two equations. So we need to have two table of values. So we now have what? The first item in the formula is what? We need to give values for x first, which we said what? The values for x are what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first item there we have is what? 5x. So we use 5 to multiply the corresponding value of x, which we have what? 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So the next item we have in the formula here is minus 8. That is why you see all the rows of minus 8, they are all what? Minus 8. So the next item which we need to look at, it is 4. But this 4 I am putting there is to divide the resulting value of 5x and minus 8. The resultant value of 5x and minus what? 8 divided by 4. So you see 5, 8 and 0 minus 8 will give us what? Minus 8. So divide minus 8 by 4, we have minus 2. So 5 minus 8 will give us what? Minus 3. Divide minus 3 by 4, we have minus 0.75. Then 10 minus 8 gives us 2. Divide 2 by 4, we have what? 0.5. Then 3, we have what? 15 minus 8 will give us what? 7. Then 7 divided by 4 will give us 1.75. Then we have what? 20 minus 8 will give us 12. You divide 12 by 4, you have what? 3. Then 25 minus 8 will give us 17. 17 divided by 4 will give us 4.2. So this table is for the equation y is equals to 5x minus 8 all over 4. So now the next thing, we will need to know the relevant values of each table. I said the relevant values of the table is the what? The x values and the what? Y values. They are the ones we are going to use on the what? Graph. So you see, I have the what? The y and x value for the first equation and the y and x value for the second. The y and x value for the first table and the y and x value for the second table. So looking at this graph, you see we have the what? The point for 0, 11. Look at it there. 0, 11. 1, 9. Until this right graph, then the other one, the right straight line, then the other one, we have the what? Upward straight line, which is for the second equation. I hope it is very clear. So if you look at these two, the two of them intersect at a particular point. The two graphs, they intersect. Anytime you are solving simultaneous equation, when you plot the two lines, the place you are looking at, it is the point where the two straight line graph will what? Intersect. And in this my graph, the two straight line graph intersect at a point where the x value is 4 and the y value is what? 3. So the x value and the y value obtained becomes the what? The values of x and y of the simultaneous equation. So that is why I said the point where the two straight lines intersect is the x value, is the x and y values. So at this point, x is what? 3 and y is what? 4. X is what? 3. X is what? 3 and y is 4. No, it is not so. It is x is 4 and y is 3. X is 4 and y is 3. Please take note of that, please. x is 4 and y is 3. Please change it. It is not x is 3. It is x is 4, then y is 3. So now, with this example, follow sequential order. You will be able to solve what? Simultaneous equation using what? Graphical method. Using graphical method. So, simultaneous equation does not end there. We also have other things that leads to simultaneous equation, which are what? Word problems. In word problems, there are things you will hear, it will give you information of what you ought to do. Like if you hear something like sum, more, greater, in time to come, total, all these things are referring to what? Addition. While anytime you hear something like subtraction, difference, ago, less than, you should know that it is talking about what? Minus, which is subtraction, please. Minus. So when you hear something like multiplication, product, twice, thrice, of, etc., they are referring towards times, which is multiplication. Anytime you hear something like ratio, you hear something like 1/5 to 1/3, they are referring to what? Division. So anytime you hear all these things is what? Division. Even all over, you hear something like all over, it is referring to what? Division. I hope it is clear. So let's look at the next item. We look at example 1. How can we translate word into algebraic equation? How we can translate word into algebraic equation or algebraic what? Expression. So now let's look at this example. Example 3, it said that what? The sum of two numbers is what? 49. It's already there. They said the sum of two numbers is what? 49. That simply means that if you add two numbers, you know the two numbers might not be the same. If you add two numbers, you are going to have what? 49. And the difference of the number is what? 7. That means that if you subtract the smaller number from the bigger number, you will have what? 7. They are asking you what is the number. So in this case, the next thing you need to look at, what are the numbers? You don't know them, so we need to assume something there. The assumption states that what? First thing you need to do what? I'll do some assumption for the two separate what? Numbers. So I said let the larger number, you know the two numbers are not the same. If so the two numbers are the same, we wouldn't have difference of 7. We would have difference of 0. But since the difference is 7 or any number which is not 0, that simply means that one number will be larger than the what? Other. So that is why I assume that the what? The larger number should be x and the smaller number should be what? Y. So if the larger number is x and the smaller number is y, the first statement said the sum of the two numbers is what? 49. So I said x plus y will give us 49, which form the first equation. And the second says that what? The second statement said the difference of the two numbers means I should subtract the smaller number from the what? Larger number. I will have what? 7. So which I said what? X minus y is equal to 7. I've gotten the two equations. That is equation 1 and equation 2. So when you have the two equations, the next thing you need to look at what step will be suitable for you. What step will be suitable for your what? Solution. Which method are you going to adapt? So we have elimination method, we have substitution method, and we have what? The graphical method. So Mr. Philemon is trying to use what? Elimination method. So in elimination method, the first thing we need to do, we need to compare the corresponding coefficient. So if you look at the coefficient of x in equation 1 and 2, they are all 1, 1. If you look at the coefficient of y in equation 1 and 2, they are all also what? 1, 1. But which one am I going to use? Because elimination means you have to cancel one of the variables so that you can obtain the other variable before you substitute. So now I want to eliminate y so that I can get x. So since the coefficient of x and the coefficient of y in the two equations, they are carrying different sign, which means that one is positive and the other is negative. For me to eliminate them, for me to have 0, I need to add the two equations. I need to add the two equations. That is why I have what? Equation 1, here equation 2. When you add x plus x, you will have what? 2x. So minus y plus minus y will give us what? 0y. And 49 plus 7 will give us what? 56. So 0y is the same thing as what? 0. So that is why we have what? 2x to be equal to what? 56. So if 2x is equal to 56, what do we need to do? We need to divide both sides by what? 2. So when you divide both sides by 2, you have your x is equal to, then you have what? 28, because 56 divided by 2 will give you what? 28. That's mean that the x value is what? 28. I hope it is clear. Okay, so now I've gotten the value for x here. So the next thing we need to do, it is to what? To find the value for y. So substituting the value for y, substituting the value of x into any equation will give us the value of y. So I'm using equation 1. So I substitute 28 into equation 1. We have what? 2x plus y is equals to 49. So move 28 to go and meet what? 49 on the other side of the equation. So I will have y to be equals to 49 minus what? 28, which means that the value of x, y is what? 21. So if you look at it, x, which is the larger number, is 28. Y, which is the smaller number, is what? 21. You will see that what? It is perfectly correct. Add them. They say when you add them, you will have 49. You add 28 and 21, you will have what? 49. So they say their difference is 7. So 28 minus 21 will give you 7. That means that the answer is what? Correct. Is that clear? So this 2x over 2 is equals to what? 58 over 2. It is what we did to get what? X is equals to what? 28. So now we are looking at what? Example 4. Example 4, another word problem. I have to use two methods so that you know that it is not must that you must change the equation into simultaneous equation. You can use other method as well. The equation 1 said that what? The length of a rectangle is 2 centimeters less than 3 times the width. So that simply means that from here, for you to know the length of the rectangle, you need to dictate the width of the word rectangle. So the next statement, that is what I said. I start by saying state the relationship between the length and the width from the information given. So when you want to state the relationship, what do? You need to know what is what? The width. So I said let the width be what? X. So if the width is x, then the length should be what? 3x minus 2, because they say that what? The length of a rectangle is 3 centimeters less. I told you that less than means minus. So less, that is why you see the minus 2. They say less than 3 times the width. That's why you see 3x. The 3 times the width. Width is x. So 3 times means 3 times x, the width. That's where I have what? 3x. Then less than, that is why I have minus 2. So the length becomes what? X, 3x minus 2. So the first statement said, if the perimeter is, you know, perimeter means add up everything. When you add up the distance around any shape, is the perimeter of that shape. The distance around any shape is the perimeter of that shape. So that is why we know that what? A rectangle has 4 sides, which the opposite sides are what? Equal. So we have 2 width there, which is x plus s, and we also have 2 length. That is why we have what? Plus 3x minus 2 plus 3x minus 2. It becomes a simple equation. Add all the x together, you will have what? 8x. X plus s is 2x, plus 3x will give us 5x, plus another 3x will give us what? 8x. So minus 2 minus 2 will give us what? Minus 4 is equals to what? 68. By collecting like terms, you move 4 to the other side. We now have what? 8s is equals to what? 68 plus 2. So 8s is equals to what? 72. So 72, divide both sides by 8, you will now have x to be what? 9. So if x is 9, that means that the width is what? 9. So using that statement, we can also know the length by what? Multiplying 9 by 3 and subtracting 2 from 8, you will now have what? 24 centimeters as the length of the what? Rectangle. But Based on this topic, since we are solving simultaneous equation, we need to assume different value for the length and that of the word breadth, length and width. So I said let the width be what? X, and the breadth and the length to be what? Y. So if the length is what? If the width is x and the length is y, so we said y is equals to 3x minus 2. That is the statement that was made. They said the length is 2 cm less than, the length is 2 cm less than 3 times the width. The length is 2 cm less than 3 times the width. So which is what? We try to make to form an equation there. So we move y to the other side of the equation. It becomes 3x minus y, and we move minus 2 to the other side of the equation. It becomes 2. So that's why we obtain what? 3x minus y is equals to what? 2. Because I need to set the variable in their order. That is why x comes first before what? Y. Then we look at the second statement. The second statement says that what? If you sum all the sides, that is the distance, the perimeter of a rectangle. If you sum all the sides, you will have what? 68, which is the perimeter of the rectangle. So the sides are opposite and equal. So that's why we have what? X plus y, which is what? 2x plus 2y is equals to what? 68. So looking at them, you find out that they have similar factor running through them. And what is that similar factor? The similar factor is what? 2. So that's why I divide through by 2. 2x divided by 2, I have x. 2y divided by 2, I have what? Y. And what? 68 divided by 2, I have what? 38. So now this one becomes the second equation. So for us to solve them simultaneously, you compare the corresponding coefficient of x and y. Then you will now adapt either to add the equation or to subtract the what? Equation. So because the coefficient of y that are the same, they are carrying different sign. So I'm adding the two equations. So adding the two equations, we have one 3x plus x will give me what? 4x. Then minus y plus y will give us what? Plus 0. That is why you didn't see y there. Then 2 plus 34 will give us what? 36. Because I'm looking for x, I have to divide through by 4. So if you divide 4x by 4, you will have x. And if you divide 36 by 4, you will have what? 9. So the answer is what? 9. So for us to get the value of y, we substitute the value of x into any of the equation, which we are substituting it into equation 1. We have what? 3x minus y is equal to 2. So you substitute it here, we have what? 27 minus 2 will give us what? 25. You see, using any approach, I still have the same thing. So the length is what? 25, and the width is what? 9. I hope this example is very, very clear. So now let's look at word problem that is leading to equation with what? Fraction. Equation with fraction, I said anytime you hear something like 1/5 to 3rd, all these things are involving what? Fraction. And anytime you hear something like ratio, they also involve what? Fraction. And also please be attentive to the statement so that you can get the words. You can be able to what? Change the words into what? Algebraic equation or algebraic what? Expression. Listen to this statement. It said Shoma is older than Chidi by what? 5 years. Shoma is older than Chidi by what? 5 years. So you've already known that what? If Chidi is 2 years, that means that Shoma should be 7 years. If Chidi is what? 10 years, that means that Shoma should be what? 15 years. So now I said, since Shoma is 5 years older than Chidi, then let Chidi's age be x. So if Chidi's age is x, then Shoma's age should be what? X plus 5. If Chidi's age is what? X, then Shoma's age should be what? X plus 5. So the next statement they are saying, making here, they said what? They said 3 years ago, making that you are talking about some period that what? As that you have what? Crossed. What might be your age at that time that thing is happening? So they said what? 3 years ago. So I'm looking at 3 years ago. That means that I should remove 3 years from Chidi's age and 3 years from what? Choma's age. So if Chidi is X, 3 years ago, Chidi should be what? X minus 3. Then if Choma is X plus 5, 3 years ago, Choma should be what? X plus what? 2. So they say at that year, 3 years ago, the ratio of their ages is what? 5:3. So that simply means that the bigger age ratio the smaller age. From the value, I know that what? The bigger age, because it is 5:3, 5 is more than 3. That simply means that the ratio of the bigger age to the ratio of the what? Smaller age. So that is why we have what? X plus 2 ratio X minus 3 is equals to 5:3. So because of this, we have to change the ratio into equation. So changing the ratio into equation, this is what we have here. Please, this is what we have here, which is what? This is what we have here. This is what we have here. This is what we have here, which is what? X plus 2 all over X minus 3. X plus 2 all over X minus 3. We have changed the ratio into fraction, which is equal to, instead of writing 5:3, we will write what? 5/3. This is the what? The equation of the ratio, changing the ratio into fraction. So if you have something like this, since it is equal sign, I can cross what? Multiply. So that means that I'm using 5 to multiply X minus 3, and I'm using 3 to multiply what? X plus 2. So when you have what? X minus 3, open your bracket, you have what? 5x minus 3, close the bracket, is equals to 3, open bracket, x plus what? 2. So expanding this, we have what? 5 times x will give us what? 5x, and what? 5 times minus 3 will give us what? 15x. 5 times minus 3 will give us minus 15. Equal to, then we use 3 to open the bracket, 3 times x will give us what? 3x, and we use 3 to multiply plus 2 will give us what? Plus what? 6. So now collecting like terms, we now have what? X minus 5x minus 3x is equals to what? 6 plus what? 15. Then 5x minus 3x will give us what? 2x is equals to 6 plus 15 gives us what? 21. So for us to know the value of x, divide both sides by what? 2. We will have what? X to be equals to what? 21/2, which is the same thing as what? 10.5 years. I hope this one is clear to us. So as a result of this, I will also want you to practicalize some work on your own, so that we will know that we are at the same what? Page, for me to ascertain that your answer is correct. So please solve this exercise and submit it to my WhatsApp number. Please submit it to my WhatsApp number so that I can mark it instantly and send it back to you. Thank you, and God bless you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.